All right, Mercy Sports Talk with the building. Appreciate everybody for checking in. I was listening to an interview, or I was reading an interview that Glover Quin had, and he basically said that Matt Patricia, instead of building on the 9-7 and the culture that Jim Caldwell left behind, he tried to tear it down, and guys just didn't buy into it. So, I was just wondering, listening to or reading the article, can people admit that Jim Caldwell should have stayed instead of Matt Patricia? But hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And basically we started off with him talking about Darius Slay. And that, Darius Slay called him the night before that the trade was announced to the Eagles and said, I've been traded to the Eagles and I can't wait to let Matt Patricia have it for some of the situations that went on with him. And Glover Quin explained that, they tried to convince him, Matt Patricia, not to change the culture. You know what I'm saying? He said the culture is good. He said that Jim Caldwell started to change the perception of the Detroit Lions, and that was true. Because you got to go back in history a little bit, okay? The Lions had a lot of arrests. They had a lot of penalties. Even a stand-up guy like Anquan Bolden came here under Jim Schwartz in the playoff game and got a boneheaded penalty in Seattle. You had Nick Fairley getting arrested. I think Bill Bentley got arrested. It was a lot of different dudes that was getting in trouble off the field. And the narrative was that Jim Schwartz couldn't control his troops on the field. And I think a lot of people that played in the Lions love Jim Schwartz. You know what I'm saying? But the Lions was like basically a wild child. Couldn't nobody control them. They was known for shooting themselves in the foot with penalties, and we know the whole situation between Jim Schwartz and Jim Harbaugh with the push at Ford Field after the 49ers beat us here. So it was a situation where Jim Caldwell did change the perception. He didn't get out. He wasn't a rah-rah guy screaming and yelling and all of that, but nobody gave him credit for changing the perception. They cleaned it up. You know what I'm saying? He had control of the players. The players wasn't getting boneheaded penalties. Players loved playing for Jim Schwartz, and Ndamukong Suh cried when he left and he couldn't play for Jim Schwartz no more. People forget that. And guys truly wanted to be in Detroit, and the culture did change. And it came to a point where, remember, it was an article where he first got here, Matt Patricia, and like camp started, and the players were kind of, they was kind of pushing him, and they kind of revolted towards him a little bit, and he didn't take care of his veterans. He did everything different from Jim Caldwell, and he was making them run sprints after practice like they was in Pop Warner or Pal. So basically, he said they was trying to convince Matt Patricia that you didn't have to change the culture. The culture was good. We just need you to get us over the hump. That's why they brought you in here. And he said, Matt Patricia, arrogant attitude, just how he carried himself. Everything that was wrote about him when he first got to Detroit by the media, is everything that Glover Quin is saying in this article. Is that 9-7 wasn't good enough. We need to get over the hump. Patricia didn't get that. Patricia wanted to tear it down and build it back up. Then he made Bob Quinn look bad. You know what I'm saying? He did. Now that Bob Quinn quote is going to stand the test of time in Lion history. But that just gives you an insight on how he was talking to the players, how he treated the players, how he carried himself. He's just an arrogant asshole. Not even a funny type of asshole who arrogant. You know what I'm saying? He cool, he arrogant, laugh a little bit. Like Matt Patricia he's just terrible, bro. He's just a terrible human being, bro. And I ain't gonna miss no words, man. I probably would have walked out of there. I probably would have busted him in his mouth. And Glover Quin said he kind of wished, looking back at him, he would have let Darius Slay make a scene about it. But he did the mature thing about it, and he saved Darius Slay. He saved the situation. He did the mature thing. Looking back at him, he probably would have wished he let him go, but maybe not. Maybe hit Matt Patricia, they get into it. Patricia crack his head on the table. He get a seizure now. Darius Slay might be going to jail. Now he might be out the league. So Glover Quin did the right thing, but I don't think a lot of people truly, or certain Lions fans don't want to admit that Jim Caldwell still should be the coach. And had Jim Caldwell had Darrell Bevel his offensive coordinator, Caldwell would have got a playoff win. Caldwell would have got a playoff win. Easy lemon, speezy, peasy, queasy, whatever you want to say. He would have been the playoff victor. But Bob Quin just wanted his own guy there. And the guy he chose was a bad choice. I mean, shit, even bringing Josh McDaniels in, because he would have already been through what Patricia been through. You know what I'm saying? So I never truly understood. The hire was a regression. You know what I'm saying? It was. You was regressing hiring this guy. You went from a Super Bowl head coach that went to the Super Bowl, a guy who won the Super Bowl, taking over for Cam Cameron as an offensive coordinator of the Baltimore Ravens, a guy that got multiple head coaching experience, a guy that Tony Dungy told Martha to hire. From Jackson, Michigan, Tony Dungy told him to hire. I think that's where he's from. He said you need to hire Jim Caldwell. To hiring a guy who, from the Patriot organization, come from a long list of failures, coming off that Bill Belichick branch, from Bill O'Brien to Romeo Crennel to Charlie Weiss to whoever else, Josh McDaniels. They all went somewhere else to fail. So you take a first-year guy who wasn't even the mastermind of the defense. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't. Bill Belichick, that's his defense. You get a guy who don't know how to coach, who don't know how to game manage. So you upgrade. This is why Bob Quin should be fired. You upgrade by hiring a rookie head coach. Even if you put it into this situation, right? You say, I'm going to upgrade before LeBron get on. I'm going to replace him with Zion Williamson. Stupidest shit you can do. Because that rookie may never be as good as LeBron is now. He may never bring you a championship. And we seeing this rookie head coach can't even get to 500. Anybody that don't like his way, anybody that got an opinion about defense or an opinion about the culture, he get rid of them. Remember, he's about to get rid of Marvin Jones. Almost did. So it's time to admit that Bob Quin can't draft. He don't know head coaching talent. He don't know what he's doing. He don't know how to create a great coach. He had a great culture with Jim Caldwell. Players would want to come play for Jim Caldwell. And on top of all of that, with Bob being shitty GM, he don't know what he's doing. He terrible. With Matt Patricia being a shitty GM, with shitty coach, you got a shitty owner who don't know nothing about football, don't have a senior advisor. One thing we did know is one football guy, Tony Dungy, said, hey, that's the guy you need to get. And for the first time, the Lions listened. They had the right guy here. But I never understood the comment of getting us 9-7 wasn't good enough. We need to get over the hump, and not going out there and getting an accomplished head coach. Even John Harbaugh. You know what I'm saying? Whoever else out there. You didn't get the best defensive coordinator out there. Terrell Austin was a better defensive coordinator than Patricia. Patricia was just sucking on Bill Belichick's titty. You didn't get the best of the best. The New York Giants felt that. My old boy from Devon Childs from Dearborn Heights. Man, his face is in my his face is in my. I forget him. Pat Shurmur. They felt that Pat Shurmur was a better head coach than Matt Patricia. Fired Pat Shurmur, I believe, already. And Patricia's been worse than Pat Shurmur, probably. And Pat Shurmur is out the league, at least as a head coach, and Matt Patricia's still here. So the Giants didn't even want Matt Patricia. Even though Bill Belichick helped them bring a championship at one point with Bill Parcells. So I never understood an upgrade from a Super Bowl caliber coach to a rookie coach. People say, well, Patricia got rings in New England. If it ain't Bill Belichick, it ain't Tom Brady, I don't want it off the tree. Name me another New England head coach that went over somewhere and got a championship. McDaniels, Charlie Weiss, Brian Flores ain't done it yet. It's pretty young. Patricia ain't done it yet. Who? Who left New England and became a head coach and got a championship? I can't remember. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Motor City Sports Talk. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out to me there if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request, or you just want to chop it up. All my social media links in the description. I'll drop the article link in the description. Appreciate the love, support, man. Let me know if you guys got a question, video request. I'm all ears open. I might do a mock draft simulator. I'm not sure, but I would do a full NFL first round mock draft on my other channel. I'll let you guys know when I do it, man. Social media, community tab, all that stuff. So we setting it up, have a few other football team fans come on, and we make the pick. So appreciate it. One time for the one time. We gone.